Hey everybody, it's me, Nikki B, and I'm here with the regal Dr. Dorothy Bendross Mindingall. She's the chairperson and vice chairperson at Miami-Dade County Public Schools, District 2. Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm blessed, and yourself?
Same here and highly favored.
All right now, did y'all hear her say highly favored? Yes, indeed. So, I am here with Dr. Dorothy. May I call you Dorothy?
You may.
And we're at the No More Broken Hearts Domestic Violence Workshop. And this is amazing. As a 19-year survivor of domestic violence, this workshop kind of validated me. It empowered me. It helped me. It strengthened me. It strengthened me. And I saw the statistics. I saw the pictures. I saw the triumph. I saw the tragedies. I saw the rise. I saw the fall. But all in all, out of the ashes, I saw victory. Can you tell me how this started?
I'm so happy that you asked, but I just have to give you kudos for summarizing the mission. And you are you are the poster child. We'll have you on our program for next year if you don't mind, because you've said it and I've captured it. I receive it. Yes, I was a principal some years ago in Liberty City. 99% of my children came out of Scott Carver projects. And I have to digress for a moment. I'm a little girl from Liberty Square housing projects. So I was home when they assigned to me there. And the idea was that there were so many challenges in that neighborhood that maybe I wouldn't be successful. Well, I was thrown into a place where I came from. And I recognized it. I recognized all the needs, but I recognized the opportunities. So many of my parents were victims.
Yes.
And so the children couldn't learn if they were not comfortable, if they were crying and hanging on to their principal, which they were told to do. Then I thought, what can I do to help the parents get through this? The majority of them were single mothers. Help them get through, thus bringing their children with them. So I was able to speak with someone who had done this in New York for years, and she said, I'll help you. So then we started going down to the county commission and making sure that they understood what we were doing, not asking for any funding, but to let them know that we were out there, we were available. And then we started having small meetings, having people to come in and volunteer. Many of them are successful because of this project. I just had a mother tell me that she had to be put into the safe room. And I asked her why. She said because she was overwhelmed. She started out with me 16 years ago. And I'm digressing again, but she's the mother of 8 children. Hold on. They are now sporting all kinds of degrees. I'm telling you, all kinds of degrees. So we're now on our 3rd generation of people who have come up and come out. And this mother in particular, while I was principal, got her high school diploma, which she didn't have. But now she is one of the big time security monitors at one of our high schools. And I probably have more teachers that came out of this program. One of them had been abused so dreadfully by her husband that she didn't want to come back to school and volunteer. Well, we went and got her. And when we found her, she was in the closet, having been there for 3 days. But because I didn't allow children to be absent, the parents couldn't be absent. So to talk about all of this, Nikki, it would take us a longer time, and we will have more time. But the bottom line is we're on a mission. This is not a job. No one out here gets paid to do it. And as people are running up to me now saying, board member, I am overwhelmed. This is awesome. We are using almost every open space in this school. This is a big school.
Yes, it is.
So while I'm thanking everyone, I have to thank you, my niece, and my nephew, the Bendross family, for being here.
You're welcome. It's our honor to be here. It is.
you.
Oh my God. I'm getting teary eyed, y'all, because if you could see the victory in this place, if you could hear the testimonies, and if you could just see the empowerment, it's not just women's empowerment, it's empowerment. It's empowering us as a people, as a whole, as a community, as a county. And when you guys hear this, it's nationwide. This is not, it's an illness. It's a sickness. It's a sickness. And you will no longer be a victim. You are victorious.
Yes.
Testify.
Yes.
Receive help. Don't be afraid. Organizations like this exist for a purpose, for your safety. This is your lifeline. Grab hold to it and come out in victory. Wow. How does this... No More Broken Hearts Domestic Violence Workshop. I'm emotional, guys, because you know this is my testimony, but I'm a survivor.
Yes.
I made it out, and I want you to get out too.
And let them know they're not alone.
No.
It's not their fault.
No.
So we are here, and you can call this number and get additional information. 305-995-2311. That will put you in the office of your board member. No, you will not get a receptionist. The phone will ring, and one of the people who are my assistants will say, "You've reached the office of Dr. Dorothy Bendross Mindingall. How may I help you?"
That's real. You won't get a recording.
No.
You won't get put on hold to listen to some humdrum music and get discouraged and hang up. You can get an actual living, breathing person.
Amen.
Who's there to help you.
Yes.
Your support system. I can't stress it enough. Speak up. It's okay. It's not your fault. And you will rise again.
Yes.
Give me some words.
Well, I want you to have them take away that love doesn't hurt. You can be abused by not being touched. You don't have to be touched. Cold shoulder, a look, a stare. In the vernacular of now, throwing shade. You are better than that. You are much better than that. Your circumstance does not define you.
You better say it.
You are too special. Don't forget, we have, as Nikki said, we have, I don't know, about 40 some odd programs in this building. They're begging to help you. They're begging to help you. So help them to help you. That's what we do. And do remember, it's not your fault. You're not alone. Come out of the shadows.
I need to ask something.
Okay.
Because of projects like this, because of workshops like this, you have to be passionate about it, right? So, what inside you? Was there a personal experience? What drove you to push for this?
That is so awesome. I'm asked all the time if, there's a personal experience. And I think all of our family is a big family. But we were reared, if someone hits you, you hit them back.
Right.
So that means you can take my name off the list as someone who's a victim. No. But because I lived in this place called school, my children told me how they would hide in the bathtubs when they would hear arguments. My children told me, I remember I mentioned to you the mother who was working for me. She was beaten, and she told her children not to tell. She was in the closet for 3 days, and to show you how vigilant and diligent our children are, and how much they are survivors, and how strong they are. They came to school by themselves. No one knew the mother was in the closet because they were sworn to secrecy. You can't tell. But I was a principal who didn't allow their children to be absent. So when the mother, who was at the time volunteering over there, I had to find out why she wasn't coming to work. And that's how I found it. And from that led to, there must be more. Remember, when there's one, there has to be 2 or 3 or 4. And we got together and we formed this project in the school. And then I was blessed to be elected to go to Tallahassee, and I got support from Tallahassee. When we first started, we had so many people to come down to Miami to bring, because it is a state law. It talks about domestic violence and all, but we don't use it as much as we should as a people.
Right.
We don't use it. As Nikki said, we've got to make sure that these programs are here for a reason. And I don't say this with any disgust or disrespect. Not one program out here does not belong to us. They all, because they're funded through tax dollars, and we are taxpayers. So whenever we say we're going to have this event, we don't have space for sponsors and people who want to come out and give information. But we've got to make sure that we find a way to make people more aware, because people are still suffering in silence. They're not ready to talk about it. But because I've seen this, not as a victim, but then too as a victim, because if one of us is hurting, all of us are hurting.
That's right.
So that was it. I'm very passionate about it, as you said.
But you know, Dorothy, I know because of your humility, you speak with confidence and vigor.
Yes.
But you have a humility about you, and it comes through because I noticed this started with your concern.
Yes.
Your love for the people. And not to make it about you, but right. I have to take a minute on that. Because here you are, I haven't heard one selfish element in all this. And thank you. We thank you, really. Because I'm thinking about this, where this all started was you noticed. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. Mm-hmm. We don't take the time to see when someone is hurting.
Absolutely not.
Some of us, if this person is missing, I'm trying to get a job done. Okay, moving on. But wait a minute. Why is she not here?
That's right.
And it starts from a place of love. We've been talking about, as our pastor says, wrapping everything in love.
Okay.
And that's love.
It is. And I tell you, that comes from, your family. We were taught that to look out for each other. And yes. As you extend your love, your concern, your passion, everybody matters. I tell people all the time when they see me, if I shake your hand, that's a rarity. I hug. Oh. Because sometimes that's the only hug some people get.
You gotta say that.
Okay. They don't, and why? Because as you just said, we're worried and concerned about, can I pay my bills? Will I be able to buy grocery? Well, I tell you what, the more, you can be a little bit selfish if you think about it. When you care for other people, that's less tax dollars you have to pay. Put them up, let them get a job, and then you don't have to worry about them anymore. Then you go to the next person. How do they make it? They make it. And you saw one of the mothers out there. She had her daughter with her. And I remember I was telling you about the family where they are now getting master's degrees and all their football coaches. Right. That was her out there.
Mm. Wow.
And if she can't get to me, somebody's in trouble. She doesn't care what kind of title I have, whatever I'm doing, she belongs to me and I belong to her. I can call her at any given time, and I'll say to her, you need to go and pick this up for me on my way. And that's been since 1988.
Wow.
That's love. As you said, that's love.
And,
mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go on.
And the realness of it. This is real. This is no pretense. No. We're not doing this because you said it. No one's getting paid. But no. I dare to say, even if they were, the work is so significant and life-changing that,
you can't put a dollar figure on this. It's priceless. It's priceless. And what I looked at not too long ago when we were coming through, and I laugh when I see this because I'm on my way here. It took us about 20 minutes to get in here because you've got to stop and say, hi, how you doing? Get a hug. Do you take a picture? The answer is yes, 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 yes. Why? Because that's why I'm here. There are people here who don't need it, but they're coming to make sure that the support is given to those who need it.
That's right.
And I would love to do this more than once a year. Because I do it but once a year. Because when we get our evaluations, because we do evaluate ourselves, that's the last line. Why don't you do it more than once a year?
Wow.
So with you all coming, it might be a possibility that we could do it twice a year. But we'll have to see, because we don't want, as you said, we don't want to halfway do anything.
Right.
We want to make sure that the people come because they deserve the best. So we're bringing in everybody. And those, I'll say this because I'm happy that we're having this conversation. Those who are not here, they don't know what they're missing.
My mind goes back. This is a treat. This is a treat, guys. My mind goes back to that lady in that closet. Y'all saved her life.
But I don't even know if she's here today. Let me tell you, if she were here, you wouldn't even know her. She, when we talk about my life has been changed, we sing that in church, that's what it means. And she has told me more than once, I'm going to be on the panel. But she's like you. When it's time for her to do it, she can't do it. So I told her, I said, when you're ready, and she, 3 days before, I can't do it. When you're ready. Show you how she was so caught up in this domestic violence situation. She married that man twice. Oh. Because it's something that you have to decide your worth, your value.
Yeah.
So people will tell you that you are not worthy, and you begin to believe them. And then they make you think that nobody really wants you but them. Oh.
Been down that road.
See?
Yeah. It's psychology.
It is. It's just a control of the mind. And as you said, I say it with conviction, and I say it with confidence. That's all I know. And as I go through this every single day of my life, but this is the core of what I do. I've had literacy projects that I've done, but none compared to this. I've been a state representative. I'm on the school board. That's the closest thing to domestic violence for me, because I'm still working with children and families. But there is nothing in my life that is better to me that I'm doing than this. Because as you said, I'm saving lives.
Yes.
You are. When you see the people, and I won't point them out to you, you walk past them. I mean, they're just so, they are, I am, and that's why. They have decided I am better than that. I'm better than my circumstance. One last story. This young lady, I would come to the school at the end of the day, because I would go to work early so I could feed my children. And then from there, I would go home with the custodians. So that means I had from 7 in the morning till 11 at night. And sometimes I would have a meeting, so I would walk out the door. And who's this lady sitting here? One of my parents. She's doing security because she knows I'm in the office. And everybody else is gone. But she's sitting right by the door. So I asked her, I said, what are you doing? Because I could talk with them like that. She said, I'm protecting my principal. I said, oh, okay. Wow. Now, as I watched her do this, I said, you know what? She doesn't have a job. I'm going to hire her. Wow. And I did. And the thing that I want you to know about is that she took whatever she earned and bought furniture for her house. She didn't have a chair or a table. She had a bed. So many times her meals were in her bedroom, which was not good, not sanitary. So she came to work one day and she was limping. And she's so pretty, real chocolate, you know what I mean?
Like Nikki B, guys.
Thank you.
Just like Nikki
All
B.
Right.
And Aunt Dorothy, honey, with some beautiful chocolate
real
sisters.
Very
Yes,
expensive.
indeed.
Beyond Godiva. Okay?
What you say?
All right. So anyway, she would come. She came to work. She was hopping, and I said, "What's the matter?" She said, "Charles beat me." Oh. She said, "But I fought him back." I said, "I'm so glad you did." She said, "You know why I fought him back?" I said, "No." He was trying to break up my furniture. Not because he was hurting her. Yeah. I said, she said, She said, you gave me a job and I bought me some furniture. She said he wasn't going to break up my furniture.
She whooped his tail.
She whipped him. I said, okay, we can fix that. You see, I had partnerships with the police and the state attorney and everybody. I said, okay, we'll fix him. Mm-hmm. So we called. They picked him up.
Yeah.
I said, just ride him around the block. Mm-hmm. They don't have to take him down. Mm-hmm. And tell them. You tell him. Can't touch her no more. Because the principal has her back. But she had to leave him. I told her, I said, because he'll get me and you.
Yes.
So we had to find her another location and all. But she had her furniture.
That's what I'm talking about. I bet you he'll think twice when he touch somebody else's sofa or lounge
the
chair.
dynamics of that story, all the different dynamics.
Yes.
I mean, here you have this woman that she found herself.
That's her independence.
I got chills.
She
That's
found
it.
herself, her true self. She regained her worth.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen. Her worth.
And the
furniture
was symbolic.
Yes.
You better say it.
That's it.
I love it.
That's it.
And as he was tearing up that furniture, she saw her worth.
Okay.
You will not tear me down again.
Not again.
Not again.
You didn't buy it. I had to sit on the side and eat. And she had a child. She had a child. So she was, as you said, finding herself. She was fighting for herself. She found her independence.
And it really wasn't about the furniture.
No, really.
As it was, you're not going to tear me
That's,
down
as you
again.
said, that was symbolic.
Yes.
But that was it. And she kept working. And when I left as a principal, I, sometimes there are those who come in, don't see the value of the people who are there. So we had to find jobs for them. And there are 3 with the same certification that I have.
Wow.
Yeah, and some are nurses. Some are entrepreneurs. Several of them drive the MTA buses. And one is a teacher, and she's a troubleshooter. Oh, she got bad once, we lifted her up. She got bad. So anytime there's a school that needs a strong black woman, she's asked to go.
But see, this is what okay, 2 things. First of all, domestic violence, this issue does not just affect a particular group. Everybody.
Yes.
No matter your socioeconomic status, no matter your race, ethnicity.
Amen.
Or your gender.
Or your
gender. And I always add this, your zip code.
What you say?
Your zip code, it doesn't matter.
It happens at
Beverly Hills,
90210.
Okay.
Liberty City,
Brickell.
Where
Down in Homestead. It happens.
Okay.
Hurt people.
Amen. And that's what we have to work on. And that's why we've got the children involved. So we start early letting them know they are valuable. They have value. And the people have value. You do not. Hands were not designed to hurt.
They were designed to help.
Amen.
All right. This has been by far the best. Do you hear me? Y'all know I talk all sorts of stuff, but this has been by far the best. She's so down to earth. So, I mean, literally, it feels good. I love Dr. Dorothy Bendross Mindingall, but right now, this is Aunt Dorothy, and she is like, you know what?
Amen.
Kick back in the chair, letting the hair loose.
Okay.
This is the best, and I thank you.
No, thank you. Aww. And I thank Eric. Heaven is happy.
Aww.
Heaven is happy. Heaven is happy. We've come full circle. Heaven is happy. The Bendrosses are shouting, and May is saying, look at Dorothy. She got my baby. I knew she'd have my baby. Then my Uncle Mason, who is her daddy, saying, yeah, y'all know that's right. She always been smart. That's Dorothy. That's Dorothy. And Mom is saying, May, who raised your granddaddy, she's saying to him, honey, sit down so Aura can make you some cornbread.
Don't talk about cornbread. I love the legacy you just recited.
Yes.
And you just made me hungry with the cornbread too.
We're gonna have a nice lunch, you all. This is what I do when people come out to serve, and when they have a servant's heart, we make sure it is healthy and no charge.
Wow.
Did you hear that?
No charge.
Did you hear that?
You deserve it. What you are doing, we can't put a dollar figure on it.
Praise the Lord.
What you all are doing is priceless. So this is what your Aunt Dorothy does, okay?
On that note, guys, we're going to say see you later.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Much love.
Much